everyone. Hello, hello, hello. I'm not even gonna touch that because then I'm messing around. It's gonna fall. That was not on. It's on. Real relationship talk. Real relationship drama with the best nights of your life. Your host Jaye and Simpli E hold on. Instructions. Get ready to answer the J Spot. The J Spot on Intellectual Radio. Good evening, good evening, good evening, and welcome to the best night of your life. Woo! You have entered the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simpli E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey E, how you doing?
Soon and very soon.
We are gonna see the queen.
I'm getting married.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Give me some sex.
I thought we were
So
saying.
we're not gonna sing the religious version of it, because you can't have no sex in the church. That's bad. Some people do. I know a few. I swear I know two separate couples who screwed in the church.
We're like, well, wait a minute now. They not supposed to, but you know what?
And it wasn't even the pastor in them.
It was the parishioners. Strange things be going on up and through them pews, and then the little the stuff.
Hallelujah.
I'm not, but you know what? I'm not even gonna start spreading their business like that. At least not right now. Maybe after the first or the second break. But guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio. And Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Now listen, while you're at it, before you leave, go on over to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. Guys, we have a whole lot of funny stuff that's on YouTube. We have a surprise coming up on YouTube, so definitely go subscribe. Help us get our subscribers to over 1,000 so that we can be able to have access and take full advantage of that platform. But again, want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you, the J Spot. Thank you, Grown and Sexy Conversations with Jay. Thank you, 30 and Up, Doing Us, Tyson Smith, 180 Real Talk, Chicago, The Real MVPs. Who else we
Urban and Grind, Fabulous 40 and Over Club, Questions. So many groups.
Everybody, you all, just thank you all so much, because guess what? If y'all didn't listen and talk back then, we wouldn't even be here. So we thank you all so much. Now listen, we have a great show lined up tonight. Listen, come on now. Some of us, these posts, some of you all, listen, I'm just going to put a disclaimer. I'm not even going to put you on blast. But I'm going to say this. I'm going to do a little housekeeping. Please stop posting your personal questions in the group and then get mad and go and attack everybody that comments on your post when they're saying, and really what they're doing, they're telling you the truth. You don't like it, so you cannot go attacking everybody that comments and says the opposite of what you believe that they should be saying to you. So stop, and you take it personal, and people know that you take it personal and they know that it's you. So please stop doing that. We have a couple of people that do that, and then they all in their feelings. Now, I would hate to have to dismiss you from the group, because you definitely could use the help and the feedback that goes on in the group. So that's the only reason why, we haven't, showed you to the door. But you got a few more, listen, you don't have too many more chances, because these folks are going, get tired of you, having a snappy comeback. I mean, he goes through every post and he attacks everybody that, no, you don't know. He goes through the post and attacks everybody that has a different view than what he has. And you cannot do that if you don't want to hear people's feedback, especially on your personal situations, then don't post the questions. Or if you post it, just post it anonymously. But people will never know that it's your situation if you don't get on there and respond. It's just like, okay, come on. You can just act like it's something general and don't sit up there and, be all up in your feelings. But people know that it's you. So, please just do better. I mean, a lot of people, some of you all may know who I'm talking about because I know it's just a hot mess. But guys, listen, we want to go ahead and get started with our first hot topic. Now listen, some of you all may have wondered, you've been trying to post that post with Dwayne Wade's son and his little friend. I don't exploit kids, so we're not going to post that image. You guys can do whatever you want on your page, but I'm not going to exploit that because he's still a kid. Mm-hmm. Whether his parents are idiots or not, like, he's still a child. So I don't care. I don't understand. How do you 12 years old? Baby, do you know what my mama's fist would have been? That's why my spine is curved today.
Girl, beat your back in.
They used to. So I'm trying to understand, at what point, when did it become appropriate at 12 years old? We're not even going to address the sexual orientation.
What do you do?
Oh, he all hugged up with his little boy, whatever it is, his little friend. He hugged up with him, baby, kissing him and all.
I wish I would.
Exactly.
I would choke the life. Oh my God.
We're not gonna even address the same sex issue. We're just gonna address it from the age standpoint. Exactly. At what point is it okay for a 12-year-old to be hugged up with a boo in front of their parents? And then you talk.
Unless that child must have died and her boo is really a ghost and she's a ghost and he a ghost, and fine. And even in there, you better be afraid of me because I might die because I died. And I'll come back after first I got to kill you again and then I'm going to come back to life.
Listen, they booed up. I mean, he got his hands just all right. I'm just like, baby, man, let me tell you, we done got 12 years old. I mean, is that acceptable, or is it okay for your 12-year-old, your preteens to date? Again, we're not even going to address the same sex, opposite, just the age. Is it okay for preteens to date? And are you condoning them? Because some people feel like, okay, well, as long as they do it in front of me, then, and they're at the house and I can see what they're doing, then I'm okay with it, because I've heard some people say that too. But my thing would be is, okay, so if they're doing this in front of you,
what they doing behind? I thought the little stuff that you would see on TV back in our day, was kind of cute when, Rudy and Bud would have,
it was innocent.
They're not going anywhere. They're in their house and they're supervising, they're eating some little chips or what, and they're watching TV. And I can do that.
Yes.
But I can't do you taking her out. If you took her out, it had to be like we 12, but y'all had to have been friends all these years, like in the cradle friends, and then I'm like, okay, well, I know this little child, we all gonna go out to a play date. Yeah,
yes.
And that's that. Now when you get, skip 2 more years of 14, you still gonna have a chaperone date, but I can say that you can, have a little boyfriend or whatever.
Man, let me tell you, first of all, we couldn't date or have a boyfriend until 16 years old. That was Sister Vance. Listen, Sister Vance, that was Sister Vance's law. You broke that law, so think you finna bring some little nappy head little boy, that's what they was calling him, sniffing behind, and she had a house full of girls. So understand what I'm saying. She was not playing any games. So you think you sitting up here, you finna bring your little friend over and you hugged up with your little friend. Listen, I'm gonna tell you, the closest hug up that we got was catch a girl, kiss a girl. Okay, back in the day, God. Or you trying to sneak and play house. Don't get caught by the wrong. Cause your mom and them, they was out there watching and looking. Mm-hmm. But if you was slick and you turned around, and you got your little touch on before they turned around and looked. But see, it was so many of us. Somebody saw it.
Girl.
Somebody saw it, and they done told your mama or your auntie. So as soon as you walk, oh, so you got your fast, and from there it's just on the explicit cuss words, baby. You get back getting beat in, everything. At 12, right. Now you sitting up here, now you got spinosis and all this other stuff, and you wondering why you go to the doctor, and they're like, well, you know, did you know your L7 is slipped? I'm like, well, yeah, I can about believe that, you know, as many times as you done got slapped in the back, you know, listen, it was just a part of the game. Now, some people may say, that's child abuse and all this and that. Kept you out them bushes, kept you from being pregnant, kept you from doing all this other crazy stuff. But again, at no point do I ever remember it ever being okay to be 12 years old and be hugged up and kissed up and come and talk about some, this my boyfriend, this my boyfriend. Oh, is it really? Mm-hmm. Is it real? This my girlfriend, this my girlfriend. No, sir, we're not doing that. We are not doing that at all. So you all, if you think that that's a lot of pressure. And now I understand why my mom, you know, we couldn't have boyfriends and stuff till we got 16, because it's like when you start dating, that's a lot of pressure. It's like now you can it's only so much dry hunching and dry rubbing one's gonna do. Okay, so I love you. Look at what you doing. No, you're doing that to yourself because you don't have, you nasty rabbit you because you don't have your little freaky horny little toad. You don't have your little nasty little hormones together. Do you see how much I love you? You dumb. Yeah. See, that's too much. Really, it's too much. A lot, huh? Right. Listen. Every dumb line that you can think of that these guys say, I done heard it. You see how much I love you. You see why you torturing me like this? You see what you? No, you's a horny toad. That's what you doing to yourself. Listen, go and choke yourself and take care of all that. Wash your kids off. There's nothing happen. Oh, Lord knows I used to be bad. Lord knows. I still say the same thing today. Go wash your kids. Listen, go wash your kids off down your hands. But at no point was it okay to hug up, kiss up, and do any of that. Like, how old were your kids when you started letting them date?
My daughter had her first date. I want to say she was 15. And it was a chaperone date with the boy's mom and everything. And my son, I think he was 15 or 16.
Yeah, see, and I think that's a good 15 to 16. I think that's a good age. At 12 years old, you're not even in high school. You're not even a freshman in high school. You haven't even taken a Constitution test yet. You ain't even took your LSAT test or whatever it is. You ain't took an ACT test, but you old.
You got an STD test.
Right. You
pregnancy test. You know, pissing that stick there, you're like, girl, you're like nasty. You don't even wipe yourself properly. You done pissing that stick. Now you're somebody's mama.
Right. You still got doggone it. Scooby-Doo. You still wearing Scooby-Doo underwear and they got chocolate on the face.
She was too busy trying to get in that Betty Boop underwear.
Right. And Betty Boop got mud on her face. So you know what I'm saying? Because you're not even... I'm not even going to go there. But listen, that's just too much. LaJuan, he's saying that's when money, reputation, and status is in the forefront. Not acceptable in my home. Decos is saying different generation, different parenting style. I believe a harmless relationship is okay. At 12, no. Yeah, homeless, right. And it's, again, I get the different generation, but that's why we are the way we are. That's why we have the situations that we have, because we're so comfortable with saying, well, different times call for. No, it's some things that should not change. Some things that are changing for the worse, and it's putting families in more compromising positions. So it's like, we don't have to be on board with everything just because mainstream society says that it's okay. We don't have to be okay with that. We have Star Child saying that's the least they got to worry about. Juliet is saying my daughter will be 22 before she can date.
Daddy, I hate you.
Right, listen, it's gonna be a whole lot of sneaking around. It's a whole lot of sneaking around going around. Luana said 12 still smelling like pee. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Listen, they probably still peeing in the bed.
Hello,
I made a mistake. I had a bad dream. I had a bad dream. No, get your nasty.
You was thinking about your boyfriend.
Right. Yeah, I know you had a bad dream. All right, all this little stuff that your little tail watching on these your little phone and stuff. Listen, y'all better start taking these phones and putting them parental controls on there. And listen, don't be afraid to snoop and all this and that. And we not friends. No. Just understand. You listen. Nothing that I got stretch marks from am I friends with. I
ain't friends with none of them things. Man,
nothing. I'm just
got a stretch mark.
But still,
you don't have a stretch mark. Jay don't have no. Don't let listen. She don't have no stretch marks. Okay.
What I tell the boy that I do, so he can so he can know that.
That she might got one somewhere. It's probably real light. I got stretch marks for the ones that I got at home still, and the ones that somebody else got that belongs to her. But anybody
that had me in toxic shock syndrome, and I had to push you out, and my body went through God knows what. We are not friends, and no. So it's okay to tell them, listen. My son would tell you, he like, look, this one is one to be, a force to be reckoned with. And listen, I'm gonna be honest with you all. I'm gonna have a transparent moment with you all. My son is, how old is he? He's 24. Yeah, my son is 24. He just made 24. And so he calls me little beloved. And so he always tells me that she hear him all the time. The way he talks is he's a young old man. And now I just got to try to stay on his good side now because I didn't have, no other ones. And so I'm at like his mercy. So it's like if my mind start going, I don't want him to put me in no room. He already know that I don't have it now. So when whatever sets in at my old age,
I'm gonna just roll you a joint.
No, so that's gonna make him put me in a room. He already said that he not gonna let me get no goldfish. Or no, she gonna say she gonna have her son paint one on the wall and make the eyes move or something like that. I'm like, I don't need no.
You'll be like under the sea of a Yama.
I don't need any extra help. So listen, 12 is too young. Again, don't be afraid to stand on the things that you were taught. Listen, if it was good enough for you, it should be good enough for your kids. And now, if you were one of those parents or people that had the privilege of dating young, was that a big responsibility for you? How did that affect your parenting styles when you were growing up? Did you say, you know what, man, I can, because do you think that you can handle? No. It's a lot of pressure. Like dating today for these young kids at 12 years old, all the stuff that they're exposed to, all the sex, everything. They're not just innocently touching and just, they're doing things that some adults haven't even done. I'm like, all of the stuff the stuff that I'm hearing in some of these songs, I'm just like, oh my God, you guys are doing that?
When I was in school, I was in sixth grade. And we had a school assembly, and it was a girl there, and she was in sixth grade because I was in junior high down south. It's like 6th and 7th grade or whatever. And this girl, she was pregnant.
Oh, man.
She was 12 years old. And I was just like, wow. Because I thought everybody was virgins because I was still a virgin. So they was like, no, why you got nature bumps on your face? I'm like, because, are you a virgin? I'm like, ain't always,
Right. Like, aren't we supposed to be? See, we probably would have got beat up if the girl was in our class and my mom and the family was talking to her because she fast, because that's how they listen. If they fast, your parents didn't want you around. Oh, she fast. No, you can't. No, you can't.
No, you ain't around a fast tail girl.
No, you ain't finna be. He managed. You ain't going. No.
And this is how virtues. Come on, bring your ass here.
Right.
Not her. Don't bring it to my house.
You smell her tail all, and my favorite word was tail. You smell her tail all the way. Well, what is tail? Come here. You want me to show you what to take? No, ma'am. I don't listen. No examples. I don't want no. You don't have to. No demonstrations. No examples. No anything. So don't be afraid to be called old fashioned. Oh, that was old school. Now, if you want to live to see old school, you best to get out of my seat. That's what, and then you got to go back to. Listen. Stop. Don't listen. It's okay to not speak full and proper English. You got to let them know that you're struggling to catch your words because you fixing to knock somebody, you fixing to tear this whole house up and everything that's standing in front of you, is just, you're fixing to tear it all up. Somebody is fixing to get hurt. Somebody fixing to need. Don't be afraid. Listen, don't be afraid to do that. But we have to be all polished and PhD and master degrees and bachelor degrees and certifications. We got to be all, no, not me. Not at all. You're going to get the first word that comes to my mind, and the first thing that comes that's in my sight, that's in wretch right there. Wretch there. What, like, Grandma, what is wretch? See, it's only so many questions. Back in the day, you had to be a mind reader being a kid, because too many questions from kids. Listen, adults, they weren't right. Like, if it wasn't nothing homework related, you better not come up in there asking all of these whys. Like, if you were told, now, the kiss of death for a kid was an adult told you to do something, and you had a question as to why. Rest in peace. Listen, or you're going to wake up somewhere, you're going to be like, shoot.
My children, I think their lips is probably big. It's not because of genetics. Because my lips is only big because my mama popped me in them too. But their lips is big because I used to backhand the hell out. What you say? What? Bop, bop. And then I had a 3-row or a 2-row vehicle. So I had a 3rd row back there and stuff. I can reach you.
Yes. I
can reach. Just because I'm driving don't mean I can't reach. I can drive. You see me in how I can drive. I can drive and reach. You see how they did that right
It's there? Like, I used to always wonder how mothers, how they had that bionic arm, just like, oh my goodness, like my mother had it, my mother had it, my grandmother had it, like my aunts had it, and it's like, it was a lot of kids. Like, you would think that after slapping 5 kids that they won't have no more energy, but see, what I discovered is they have even more energy towards the last one, because they can't believe you were stupid enough that you didn't learn from what the first few did, and you gonna carry your dummy in and follow suit. See, so now you get the
I was a smart one,
Oh, my mama watching. Hey, Mom.
Mine should be asleep right about now. I was smart, like I watched my siblings that I was raised in the house with. I watched them bring my 2 brothers. I watched them bring a girl home. I watched them get their behinds tore up. I watched my sister sneak a boy in. Oh, New Year's, that was funny. I watched her get her behind tore up. I watched my other sister bring a guy, and she didn't really sneak nobody in, but she was in the front room and they was kissing or something. I watched her get tore up. We lived in Mississippi. It's 8 hours to get to Chicago, and Chicago is at the top of Illinois. I waited till my parents went out of town for 2 weeks to Chicago. They called me. And when they called me from my aunt's house, I was like, yep, they're in Chicago. Matter of fact, she was in Evanston. And then I was like, baby, come over. I took all their pictures down. I was paranoid. Every picture that I saw that their faces was in, I took all that stuff down, turned them upside down, and I had me a great time for 2 weeks. But I was
my mom, like, we never had that type. First of all, it was too many of us. And so it's like, how do you bribe 5 people to keep quiet? So like, we never had like
the baby. They always out the house by this time.
We never stayed at home like that. Like, we would get anteed up and go over to the auntie's house. Or so as we got older, like, and became teenagers, like, no, because see, what my mom would do was, like, with my stepfather, it was just a whole bunch of craziness going on. So there was really no way around it, because my mom, she had that this is back in the day. You know, you go to sleep. You been on did something in the daytime, and then you go to sleep because she works second shift. So then when she get home, who feel like getting beat up in they sleep? That's the worst.
Let me tell you, strategic about it. That's why I worry. My children, see, they didn't get that gene. I'm like, that last one, I think he's trying to get it, but it's not there yet. But the mother two didn't get that strategic gene. I was calculated about. I was like, yeah, we're going.
See, my stepfather used to record stuff, so it's just like, and then
took the camcorder. I was like,
man,
I said, I got summer school. It was like, okay, well, you can't. And I was the last one in the house. Everybody said, all right, graduated. I'm still in high school. So they was like, okay, well, you can't come. We're gonna go to Chicago, see Boo. I was like, okay, I'll be here. You already know I got school. I gotta go to work. They was like, okay.
No, it was always some eyes watching. So again, you all don't be afraid to go back to the old school methods. If you have to listen, check book bags, check phones, check.
It's too easy to catch them up now. Now you can catch these little children up. You can check phones. You can put teddy bears in their room with recordings or whatever. You can do every little thing. It's too much technology. Back in the day, man, these children, y'all missed out because you could get away with murder back in the day. Now, y'all can't get away with
That's if you didn't have some, like my stepfather, boy, he used to be hot on. I'm telling you, like he was like a bloodhound. Like we were fully vested. I would say 90% of the time. You know, there's still a little 10% where you snuck out and you got away with an aha here and there. But for the most part, yeah, no, that was Fort Knox up in there. That was Fort Knox up in that bad boy because it was just a lot going on. But don't be afraid to go back to those days. Now, speaking of kids and sex and all this and that, so now I saw another article, and it stated that, and this was very disturbing to me, that Jada Pinkett, that she revealed that her grandmother allegedly, when she was 9 years old, taught her to self-pleasure. Oh my goodness. So see, now it makes sense why, you didn't masturbate at 9? And no. First of all, her grandmother taught her.
But her grandmama did some strange man.
At 9?
She was like, listen,
no,
baby, you teach you how to do this so you ain't got to be out here with these men and them touching you.
No. Oh my God. That is too young. If you're going to have a conversation, that's a 13-year-old conversation. Well, in today's,
it might have been a little fast that night. She was like, listen, let me go ahead and teach you how to please yourself. Before you have somebody else please you, walk around with your belly popped out.
She don't even know all her multiplications at 9 years old, and you telling her how to self.
Cause you don't need multiplications to work at any of these places. You don't need to know how to.
You needed long. Listen, at that time she was doing long. At 9 years old, you was learning the Dewey Decimal System and all this other crap that they don't teach anymore. That we wasted all our time.
Like I told you, all that mess. But guess what? She still used how to please herself.
Well, obviously,
how to teach others to please her. It works. It worked.
9 years old is too young.
But did it work?
No.
Yes, it did.
That's why her kids are jacked up. That's why she jacked up.
Her children being jacked up ain't got nothing about her playing with herself.
It's too.
Her love life. Hey, now they do all the freaking things that they want to. Y'all saw her screw in real life. Oh, when she did Muhammad Ali. When she was playing Muhammad Ali movie. Yeah, they were screwing really.
Oh, no, I didn't see Muhammad Ali movie. No.
Why you didn't see it?
Who was in it?
They was in it. Will Smith was Muhammad Ali. You about to lose your black card. Oh, Allah. Jay has just lost her black card.
Why?
Muhammad Ali came out on that Thanksgiving in like 2099, I think, or whatever, or 05, whatever.
2099.
Oh, I'm a little high. 1999, or 2005. It was one of the two. It came out around that time. Either way, 2003. Either way it go. Jada Pinkett Smith was his wife that he married for like probably 30 days, whatever, but she was fast and stuff. And he was boxing and everything. She was like his second wife, but she was like really, really fast. Or no, his first wife. And they was screwing for real on set during that scene.
Bet you was smelling like perch on the set. See what I'm saying? This is ridiculousness, and now she's up here acting like this. So 9 years old, what do you guys think? Is 9 years old too young? Okay, because we just talked about 12 being too young to be dating and holding up and kissing and all this other stuff, but it's okay. We can teach them the self-pleasure at 9. No, sir, you get out of here. I bet you her mama was drinking that wild Irish Rose or that Mad Dog 2020. She was drinking some type of cheap wine and sat up there and probably smoked 2 packs of cigarettes a day. That's them kind of grandmamas that teach that. Up there, ma'am, Mrs. I see you up in here teaching that bad stuff. We got Quentin. He's saying internet makes hookups instant for today's kids. You used to have to put in time even to just sit on the porch at 12 or 13. Absolutely. That's as far as you was going. Sit on the porch and somebody was even looking when you was on the porch. Let y'all be sneaking or sitting a little bit too close. Somebody was going to see and say something. And he says also for her granny to show her that there may have been pedophiles in the family because Jada's mom admitted she was molested as well. I totally agree. And Timothy, he's saying, Dad, 2020, absolutely, that Mad Dog, listen, that wild Irish Rose, listen, I come from a family, listen, they would drink anything you put, baby, anything but water. They was drinking it.
Jesus turned the water into wine.
They was drinking, but he ain't turned theirs into wine because they was drinking everything. But so I'm like, yeah, I remember seeing a couple of them passed out on the sidewalk. See them, yeah, that too. That the Seagrams gin, that bumpy face leg. Listen, they be laid all out, just all.
That should give you a smell. It's got the smell.
It's through their pores.
It's this particular smell.
That's probably pee and gin, because most of them been up peed on themselves. Listen, back in the day, you used to be able to walk over a wino. You didn't even have to worry about looking if they was dead, because you knew. You see that cheap bottle of liquor right there, you just look at them, walk on by, be like, okay, well, I'm gonna tell Mama, Mr. Jones down at the corner, he passed out. Go over there and tell Brenda to go get him. Oh, I'm so sick of him, Jen. Now, listen, you like, well, shoot, you see somebody passed out, you don't know if they passed out or something else done happened to them. So you best just, listen, probably don't go trying to investigate. But listen, 2022, we have to slow these kids down. You can only be in control of your kids in your household. So don't let your kids grow up so fast because they're missing out on, I can't even imagine being a kid growing up in today's society because everything is just so pushed in your face. Like there is no really fun times to be a kid. You liking a boy at 5 and 6. Hey, what do you even know about that? Your body is not even getting the tingling sensation. What we gonna look? Woo! Look. Let's just slow it down. Again, don't be afraid to be that parent to stick with the old school way of raising kids because as we see, this is the new school and this is a new day and a new time. And look at what we got running around here. So if y'all pleased with that, then hey, by all means, be pleased with that. What they saying over there?
I don't know. Timothy Taylor said that Mag Dog 2020. And then
LaWan is saying drinking that night train and everything else that was cheap. They're drinking and thinking. But guys, listen, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have more hot topics to cover. Please stay tuned. You don't want to miss it. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, listen, these kids are growing up so doggone fast. You like, oh, jeez. So, God dog it, Leroy Jones.
Okay, so I'm getting married next month.
Woo-hoo-hoo! He is getting married. You gotta say it the right way. I'm getting married, girl. I'm getting married.
And I'm moving away eventually.
I'm getting married. She's
That's how you do it.
Congratulations! Oh, see, I can keep a secret. I can keep a secret.
Cause she knows.
I can keep a secret.
It's like about
it was
5.
hard because I be like, I have to really think because that's not like it's not a secret to be forgotten about. That's a secret that I can tell one person, I can tell one, but like important stuff, like if somebody say don't tell nobody, then I forget it. So sometimes they be like, well, remember I told you that? I'm like, what you say? Like, wait, you told me not to tell her. I'm like, oh, well, shoot, I didn't forget it when you not. But the good stuff, like, so I have to think about things like this that I can't tell. But I am excited. Shimmy, shimmy. We're gonna be like shimmy, shimmy, cocoa pop, shimmy, shimmy, pop. I gotta stop because I still need this shoulder. So if y'all have a shoulder, a right shoulder and
doing handstands.
Huh?
I'm gonna be doing handstands.
Oh, I only got one handstand to do it this way. I ain't gonna be able to do no handstand because I can't hold my weight up on this.
I'm gonna bust it wide open. It's been a whole Me just.
And it's just all that built up.
All that built up frustration and
just get that good loving and
just
explode all over the place. That's we gonna just all kinds of explosions and just fireworks and just everything. Andre, he said you two are crazy. Thank you, Andre. We do what we can.
We want to send
welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay.
Wow.
And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, Simpli E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey, E, how you doing?
I'm great.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. I know.
She said
boom,
it.
shakalaka, boom. I know. Hey, Eagle, how you doing? Listen, for more musical selections, you can definitely message us and let us know what you would like for us to break down. We definitely have a tune here and there. I have a tune up in my shundo, you know what I'm saying? So I have to let it out. So do not.
It's in her strophe.
Yes, so do not judge me because, you know, my song is a little different than everybody else's is. You know, that's, you know, it's my song and I have to let it come out the way it comes out. That's just the way it comes out naturally. So if you want more requests, then you know you can just go ahead on and message us and I'll definitely make sure I get your selection out there. But guys, listen, tonight's show is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsors. 2-bedroom condo, luxurious condo ranch next to the United Center, guys. So definitely do me a favor, go to their page, check them out. You stay with them, book, use reference code J. That's JAYE. And we're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has nice spring t-shirts out. I could have wore a t-shirt today. I didn't know it was warm outside. Listen, I came outside with my winter coat on and everything because in my house, my heat has been on all day. So I'm sitting up there bundled up. I'm like, and I get outside on my way to the station. I'm like, oh, shoot. I didn't know it was this hot. I was like, oh my God. My heat has been on all day long. See, it goes off and then it comes back on. So to me, it's cold. Didn't know that, but I could have worn my shirt today. But anywho, go to his page. Delaware Inc. will have his page posted in our comments. Place an order today. Delaware Inc. Use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Go ahead and give you a shout out for
and also we're being brought by Freeland's Barbershop, BK the Barber. Make sure you check them out if you're in the Houston area. The address is 3000 Spring Cypress Road in Spring, Texas, 773 88.
And then also for heartbreak.
Oh, I want to give the J Spot wants to extend our condolences to the family of Alan L. Williams, aka Heartbreak Rebel. Unfortunately, he was gunned down last Saturday in Chicago. So check out our page for more information about him. Also, listen to the music or during our breaks, especially on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. Listen to the break, you'll hear his music playing.
And that was his song that we just played during the break, and it was called So High. So definitely condolences to his family and his friends, and definitely go on the platform and support, the music, because it still definitely helps the family out. So guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Please definitely do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Now, while you're at it, go head on over right around the corner, go to YouTube and subscribe to our channel, the J Spot Radio. Guys, go ahead and subscribe today. Help us get 1,000 subscribers, because we have some great things coming this fall from YouTube. So we definitely got to get our numbers up on that platform. So YouTube channel, the J Spot Radio. Subscribe today. Guys, listen, our next hot topic. Now, listen, you guys it keeps bothering you all, so we have to discuss it. So we have the scenario. Here it is. So this is posted in Grown and Sexy. So if a man is dating a woman with kids, is he wrong for going to her house again with dinner for two, or is he obligated to feed her kids as well? What are your thoughts on this? A man wants to know, listen, he's dating a woman, dating with kids, and he goes to her house. Is he wrong for just having food, dinner for two, or is he obligated to pay and buy and have dinner for everybody? What are your thoughts? Because clearly this is a thorn in people's side. So, our page is constantly growing. Our audience is constantly growing. So people want to talk about this. So what are you guys' thoughts? Is he obligated to bring food for her kids as well, or is it just fine for just dinner for two? What are your thoughts on that, E?
He should have called and said, he should have been at least courteous and asked, are the children home? If so, you want me to grab them something to eat? I mean, if you're dating me, I got children. Come on, let's just be real.
So now, the word that stuck out for me is obligated.
Yeah.
He's not obligated. Is it a nice gesture? Absolutely. Fellas, let me tell you. Okay, here's the thing. It gives us a warm, fuzzy feeling. Especially for those of us that don't drink, and you over there and you thinking you're going to get a little close, and we don't drink. We're thinking about everything. So we're conscious and coherent of everything. It gives us a warm, fuzzy feeling. So is he obligated? No. Is it a nice gesture? Absolutely. Guys, listen, if you want to tune in and if you want to chime in on the topic, 708-223-8953. Again, our number is 708-223-8953. Is a man that's dating a woman, is he obligated to buy food for her and her kids? Or is it okay for him to just bring dinner for two? Is he obligated to purchase and buy food for her kids? Again, is he obligated? No. But it's a nice gesture. At the same time, if he doesn't, how would I feel if he does not? I will say this. I mean, low-key, to be honest, for me, that would have been a turn-off for me. He's not obligated, but the simple reason is because to me, it shows your character, and to me, it's about integrity. Would I have accepted it? I would have said, no, you don't have to bring my kids
but
anything.
At least
offer.
That's my thing.
That's
the
thing.
You're not obligated.
You're not obligated.
Offer. If you can't even offer, oh my goodness, my mother raised me like, you don't offer. don't come around my house.
Absolutely.
Just
it's
like,
don't you like, so it's again, so being a single, because if I was to come, vice versa, if I was to come to your house,
I'm bringing the dish. I'm bringing something.
Exactly.
You got children.
Absolutely.
Everything is real. I mean,
absolutely.
You can't be just, well, it's okay if he don't bring your children nothing. He don't even offer you, girl. Just go ahead. He gonna bring you something. Man, bump that. That's not no man. That's a weak ass bastard.
It's just like, it's not. So it's just that's just one of those things that comes along with the territory of dating someone that has kids. Again, you're not obligated. My kids, they're going to be taken care of. If you coming over to my house, first of all, I'm not comfortable with somebody I'm dating coming over to my house and my kids are there. Because if you make a wrong turn, you supposed to be going to the bathroom and you end up in my kids' room, that's a bullet in your end. So therefore, that's why I'm just like, that's not a good idea. So don't get yourself hurt trying to, listen, this the wrong address to be coming up in here. Oh, don't you tell. Listen, it's too much stuff going on. People do too much stuff to your kids. So that's listen, they can bleep that.
That's your end.
Exactly.
That's with a bullet.
Let me tell you, listen, got that. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. So it takes the pressure off of, he's obligated to do that because he's not. What they
Star first says she wrong for allowing that behavior. Then Amani says she liked your answer. Then Star says, I don't eat if her kids don't eat. But then Star says, if she has too many kids, pick your favorite two and feed them.
Listen, Star, listen, see, that's what I'm saying. You have to flip a coin.
Tommy, come on, y'all eating.
You flip a coin. And whoever, listen, my thing is to make it be fair, I'll flip a coin. And whoever flip it right, then that's who gonna get treated today, and we'll take it that way. But again, at the end of the day, you don't again, he's not obligated. He's not obligated, but it's a nice gesture. And I think that a man that can see himself being serious about you would at least offer. That's the whole thing. It's like, it's offer. I'm not expecting it. My kids are already taken care of, so I don't need it. So if you would have asked me, can I bring your kids something? No, they good. Thank you so much. So I really appreciate it. That will be the response a lot of the times. But here's the thing. You got to also be honest and just look at who you dealing with. If you dealing with a chick that always got her hands out, then she's expecting you to feed her and her kids because they don't get treated a lot. So you got to understand the situation in which you're stepping into, and you have to determine if that situation is for you. But women that's on their business and taking care of their kids and taking care of their household, they don't need you to feed their kids. They don't. But is it a good look? Is it a good feeling for you to at least offer? Then yes, because then that means that, okay, listen, he is aware that I come with responsibility. It's not only about me, especially if you're coming into my house. Then at least offer. Exactly. If we're going out, then again, I don't expect you to, want to bring back, something for my kids from the restaurant. But to offer to ask about my kids, that's a big deal. That's a big deal.
God. L Genius. Hey, L Genius.
That's a big deal.
And I must got some good eyes.
Yes, because I cannot at all.
L Genius says that's why you don't date until after your child turns 18. No, L Genius. I dated after I got divorced. I dated, but my children didn't know I was dating.
Right.
I kept all that to myself. My son thought I had no life period because on Friday nights he would see me in the bed by 7:00 watching, whatever show on NBC or whatever. So I did all that stuff outside the scenes. And the guys that I dated, they knew I had children, but you'll never see my children. Right. It was not for you to see my children. It was for me to see you and let me determine whether or not I'm going to allow you to see them. And no, they didn't see them. My children literally thought that I just had no life, but it was not their business. So
Absolutely.
After they turn 18.
And you don't have to wait until your kids turn 18 to date. I'm like, that's just, so what are parents supposed to do in the meantime. So it's like you can date beforehand. It's just like, just if dating a person, a person with kids may not be for you.
Exactly.
So that's too much especially if you don't have kids. So that's understandable. And here's the deal. At the end of the day, you tell me that I don't date women with kids. Guess what? I'm okay with that. Like, it's not a big deal for me because you have that choice. You have that option to not want to date someone because they have kids. So it's like, ideally, so if your pockets is that tight, it hurt. Listen, this is not the setup for you. She comes with kids or he comes with kids. But again, if the shoe was on the other foot and you wanted to see me and you had your kid for the weekend and you like, well, you can come over, but this is my weekend, to have my baby. The first thing I'm going to ask is, can I bring your baby something? What do you, even if it's a treat or whatever it is, I'm going to offer to bring something. It's not that you need it. It's not that you need it, but it's because it's just all about principle and it's the thought that counts. It's like, I'm acknowledging that you have a kid or kids and I'm accepting of that. That's all that is. It's not, oh, I'm obligated. I got to come up in here. I ain't going to be sitting up here feeding her and her kids. Then stay your home. That's what you do. Find somebody that don't have no kids and you don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about it. If it's that big of a deal to order a pizza, then stay home. If it's that big of a deal, if it's setting you back that much to pick up some chicken wings for everybody, listen, like,
I can't do it.
And I'm not going to, like, this level of pettiness, I'm just not gonna do it. I will not tolerate it. Like, had I been like dating, like, I didn't have dudes around my son, so, but the men that I did deal with, I have not, and I can honestly say this, I've never been around a man that did not ask about my son, that did not ask if they could do anything. And this was not even being invited to the house, going out on dinner, nice dinners, nice places. Do you want to grab some for your son? I'm like, no, he good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. So I cannot think of any time where I've been out with somebody and they did not inquire about the well-being of my son. I cannot, I personally cannot think about it. I cannot remember a time. But again, you're not up in my house. So this is not like this is even situations where we coming back to my house. It's just like we're out and about. We can, wait, before you go, do you want to get something for your son? Especially if we wasn't going nowhere. Like if dinner was the last stop, I'm like, no, he good. Thank you, though. I appreciate it. Several times. But I cannot think of even the cheap ones. Listen, you want to grab him? He will specify. You want to get a little kids meal?
For who?
I'm
a big grown child.
But even cheap and all, like the invitation was still put out there. So it's like, I don't know how it is to be around a man that did not accept the fact that I had a kid, and that if you were trying to get to know me is to know that I'm a mother. That's a part of the woman that is sitting before you. But to know that I got my stuff on lock. Like, so I don't need it in this. He's obligated to do it. No, brother, you're not obligated to do it. No way, no shape, no form, no fashion. So no, I don't feel like a man is obligated to buy my kids. Why I keep saying kids? Where's my other kid at? I don't. Maybe I got another kid. You all, if find my other kid for me, because I got one. I'm saying kids like.
You have these children on here. It's okay. I mean, you're purifying. I just all coming on. I live.
Right. I'm just like, where's my other kids at? I got a kid, but
foot down. The ones they got taken away from you. We was out there on
on that stroll. That's what they done got caught up in the doggone system. Yes, I'm like, I'm gonna go and get them kids now, so I can go ahead on and get them, because
claim them on your taxes, ain't you?
Since I'm talking about the kids, but again, fellas, you're not obligated. So like, I'm not even mad at a man that does not do it. But could I go forward with something like that? No, I know, knowing me, I can't, because I know how I would treat you and your kids. And it's not about obligation. It's just about being the woman that I am, being the mother that I am. Even before being a mother, dealing with men that had kids, that's my first instinct. And it's just because it's coming from the heart. Whether your kids look like, Dolomite or what, I'm probably not gonna let them hug me. Oh,
those are stepchildren, and you have to love on those stepchildren and be thankful that you got.
No, because if they because no.
That's why you keep on saying you and your kids, because the man that you are going to marry, I profess it.
Don't profess, no.
The one that you missed his phone call not too long ago.
Really?
You have these children. So he got children.
I'm not with you.
You got the one child together, they make children.
Listen, again, you're not obligated, fellas. You're not. But is it a good look? It's absolutely a good look.
Anthony and Andre said, are not women and children a package deal at one point?
Yes. It is, and but men are too. Like,
bring your child a burger and come take you out for fries.
Yes, thank you. You can bring. Yes, thank you. See, Kenyon, I'm hoping I'm pronouncing your name correctly. He said, "Refresh. What are you talking about?" So right now we're talking about the hot topic is, if a man is dating a woman and he's going to her house to have dinner, should he only bring dinner for two, or is he obligated to bring dinner for her kids as well? They're dating. He's going to her house for dinner. Is he obligated to take dinner for just her and her, just for the two adults, or is he obligated to feed her children as well? And again, I don't think that he's obligated to feed her kids. Again, it's a good look. Just like if prime example, we can switch it up a little bit. So let's say the man, he's caring for his elderly parents, and you go to the house. They may live in the back part. They may live in a separate part of the house, because these dudes got some big houses, and they got like the main house, and then there's like a little smaller house, steps away or whatever. But the fact that I know that the parents are within the vicinity, I'm going to ask, can I bring something over for your parents? It's not about obligation. It's like, we got to stop confusing obligation with just being good people. Like, what's wrong with being a good dude? What's wrong with being a good woman? And I'm not saying that you're not a good dude or you're not a good woman if you don't ask if their kids need anything. I'm not saying that whatsoever. But for me, it's a good look for me. But each person, we all think of things differently. That may not be something that's important to you. So it's a case by case scenario, and it's a case by case decision. But for me, it's a good look. Is it obligated? Absolutely not. But it's definitely a good look. I mean, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, we get so caught up on how much stuff costs. Listen, it's so many ways to get your foot in the door that don't even cost a lot of money. Man, you could go to Walmart and buy a pack of donuts. Man, a tray of donuts, $4. You brought something. You can buy chips and juice. It's the thought. Now, if you're dealing with that woman that, girl, he gonna bring my kids. Listen, now you drop her because she wasn't appreciative, because again, you did not have to do it. It's the fact that it's the thought that counts. So you thought about them. You thought about me. So like, you're that dude. But again, if you don't, that's cool too. Would I eventually fade away from you? Yeah. Because to me, that's just something that's important, because I would do it for you. And that just, to me, that speaks volumes about your character and just how much you care, how deep your compassion is. Like it just speaks a lot to me. But for some people, it's not that important. It's not that important. Andre, he gonna say gin and juice. What? I'm not with you, Andre. He said, okay, chips. Okay, LOL. Yes, something chips don't.
Y'all, a little juice for them.
Listen, chips, donut. Listen, it's so the Dollar Tree, for crying out loud. You can't stop at. You know that you're going over this chick's house on Saturday. You mean to tell me Friday you can't, or Saturday before your date, you can't stop at the Dollar Tree and buy 4 little boxes of candy, or buy a big 2-liter pop and a bag of. You can't see. Again, we getting caught up in the amount and all this and that. It's not about the amount. It's the thought. It's the initiative that you took to be proactive. To, again, it's saying that, listen, I acknowledge that you a mom. I acknowledge that these are your priorities. And again, ladies, we can't be expecting where if he bought me some Sizzlers, or I don't even know if that restaurant still exists, but he brought me some Sizzlers and he ain't bring my kids. Wait a minute. First of all, no, he don't have to bring your kids no Sizzlers. Listen, if you want Sizzlers, then we're going to downgrade this meal and we're going to get something that we can all get. Listen, I'm going to go over here to Chuck E. Cheese or Domino's and we're going to all eat this stale pizza over here. So that's what we're going to do. If you're looking for him to bring you and your kids some.
Take them to CC's.
What's the pizza? Yeah. No, but then somebody, now if they don't know how to act in public, now listen, here's the deal. If your kids don't know how to act, or they come up in here looking like he bring the stuff in, now you got Bebe's kids. Listen, now if she got Bebe's kids, then don't bring them nothing. Don't bring them nothing. Invite them out to church so that they can get prayer. That's what you do for her kid, little bad kids. Matter of fact, I'll run because I'm like, listen, bad kids, I can't, no sir, I cannot do it. Andre, he's saying we eat all them then together. Listen, you're not obligated. You're not obligated, but it is a nice gesture. Speaking of meals and food and feeding, here's another hot topic that is just weighing heavily on, and we've covered this, but it keeps coming up. So now there was a video posted, and the young lady and the young man, they were on a date. And so at the end of the date, the young lady, she's thanking him for a great time. And she's like, thank you so much for the meal. Thank you so much for inviting me out. She was like, my Uber will be here, in a few minutes. Would you mind walking me to my Uber? And he's like, well, what are you ordering an Uber for? He was like, I just paid for this meal. You enjoyed this meal. I'm trying to get you back to my hotel. And she was like, excuse me. She was like, what do you mean you trying to get me back to your hotel? He was like, well, you just, because she was bragging when the video first started, she was, just expressing how delicious the food was and how she had never been there before. And so she was like, wow, I never would have thought to come to a place like this. So now you give her this experience. And so now she's thanking you, but now you like, no, that's not how I want to be thanked. I want you to come back to my room.
On the bed and give me some head.
She's like, well, what am I coming to your room for? He was like, did you think all of this was free? She was like, bro, it was some type of vegan nacho. She was like, bro, this was $10. And he was like, okay. He was like, and you had all these drinks. She was like, this is a 2 for $10 drink. And she just got the breaking down how much the stuff cost. And he was like, yeah, but I still paid for it. And you trying to grab an Uber and get up out of here. He was like, it don't work like that. And so she,
take the coochie
so she's going back and forth with him about it. So eventually she paid him and she left. But my thing is, was she wrong for that, or was he wrong for expecting to have sex, or for her to go to his hotel room after inviting her out for a meal? Is that always the case? So like, okay, you take me out, now I got to go back to your room or go back to your house with you. Is that the automatic? Is that the requirement? So now we taking somebody out. So now afterwards, you got to go to their house with them, and you got to go to their room with them because they bought you a meal. Is that what we doing now? Like, is that the standard now? Like, is that what we're saying that has to happen? So we can't go out. You can't take me out and then I go home and you go home and then we plan to meet up another time because we enjoyed each other's company. Or do I have to go back home with you because you bought a meal?
I wouldn't be paying for no day. I wouldn't reimburse them nothing. And no, I'm not about to go back to your hotel, motel, or wherever with you just because you bought me some vegan food. I don't care. No, that's not a requirement. It shouldn't be a requirement.
And you are absolutely right. I totally agree with you. It's just like the standard today is just like, again, I cannot stress this enough. Listen, if you are expecting sex because you taking them out on a date, say that ish up front. You'll save me the time. Save me the time because see, I'm gonna tell you what I would have did. Had that been me, I wouldn't have been going back and forth with him, bro. I would have broke the card out, slapped it on the table like I had the ace of spades. Listen, pay for mine and his. Man, I'm listen.
You gonna show that yours is bigger than his.
Yes, I will. And you pushed me there.
He pushed you there.
Slap this card right there. Listen, mine and his. Tip the waiter too. Listen, pay for it all. And I'm gonna go ahead on and get my Uber and get up out of here. Well, there will be nothing else to say. Listen, I would not even acknowledge this brother yet again. I will sit and wait for my card and my receipt to come back, but this conversation would be over. There will be no back and forth. Oh, I just paid for it. I would not have uttered not a single word. Just check, please. Check, please. Oh, he already paid for it. You can refund his card. Check, please. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for it. And that's so it's like that. At this point, I'm deaf to whatever he said. He's just like a little gnat in my ear. That's just how you sound. Because I have no more conversation for you. I don't need your meal. It's not that deep. Again, if I'm here, if I'm coming out, if I'm ordering, it's like, how pressed up is she? Is she ordering an Uber to get to you for a $10 meal? Don't make no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Again, if that's what your arrangement is and if that's what your expectation is, say that ish up front. Because see, we're in a time where it's so easy that a lot of people thinking that everybody is on that. Don't waste my time. I can come here and eat the vegan tacos on my own. I don't need to sit here and listen to you talk. I don't have to. Like, I can come and take myself out. But I thought, because I'm thinking you're taking me out because you want to get to know me. We're talking, we're having a conversation. Not that, okay, so now this meal is up. So you coming back to my place? No, I'm going home. And if me going to my place without you is a problem, again, state that ish up front so I can just curtail you and go hang out by myself and I can feed my own self. I can kick back. You know, y'all, listen, I like taking shoes off and put my feet up on the seats. I like doing that. Like, oh, especially in the summertime, like sit outside, little patio area. I don't mind going and eating by myself. I don't, because I'm dope company. So, and plus I be looking and judging people. I'm like, yeah, he look like he over there cheating. That's why they tucked all the way back there. You know, so I sit and I people watching. I do stuff like that. But I don't have a problem with paying for my own. Like, you just don't know. It does not matter. Now, if you're with somebody, this is why you have to get to know people. You can talk to her. You're going to get, listen, if y'all spend a little more time having simple conversations, people are going to tell you who they are. So you don't have to waste your time getting her to the restaurant just to see that she's going to try to order up every expensive thing on the meal, and then you're not going to get none because now you're going to be mad because you done spent $200 on getting her something to eat, and then you ain't getting none. If that's what your expectation is, then say it. But see, y'all not going to say it because you know that 9 times out of 10, she's not going to show up. So you rather wait till she get there and she eat the food, then you start with that bull junkie. See, but that's some crazy, again, that's some crazy lowball,
monkey ball bull.
Some monkey ball, baroque dude bull-ish. That's just what that is. Let's just call that what it is.
Hey, Aretha.
It's just, it's too much. It's too much. So it's like, if you're not there, it's like, if you're not genuinely trying to take her out, then don't take her out. Go by yourself. Or if you're expecting her to have sex with you, listen. So now, so after the meal, so I figured, listen, run the itinerary down. Boss man, run it down. So I figured, so this is what we're going to do on Saturday. We're going to go out to eat. We're going to go out to a play. Then I'm taking you back to my house. Say that.
You're going to lay me in the bed and give me some head.
And see how many dates you have. See if she's really going to be hard and pressed up for that meal. So now after you've done that, see, now here's the deal. We both know what to expect.
But see, she going to be like, oh, wow, he just told me what he was going to do, what I was going to do. Man, he going to treat me like that. You know what? I'm going to just go ahead and go back out with him.
Right. And then so, listen, you have won. But see, you save people like me the time of embarrassing you at the doggone restaurant because, listen, ooh.
That's you. You got to have some big balls to say, like, what? Oh, wait, I'm supposed to do what?
I'm like, for this, so okay, let me go ahead.
Some vegetables?
Let me go ahead on and give me the bill. I'm gonna pay for
my coochie worth for salad.
I'm gonna pay for his too. I'm gonna pay for the whole thing. And I'm gonna go ahead on and get out of here. As I'm in the Uber riding away, he is being blocked and deleted on everything. Forget that you even know me. Don't even. This has been an experience for both of us. We're done from here. Houston, you have exited the building. But again, say that up front. Run the itinerary. If she still shows up, now you know she game. But don't start throwing those stupid curveballs at the end because I want to be courted. I'm used to being courted. I'm used to being taken out and dropped back off at home, and I ain't have to give up nothing because you bought a little. Well, I ain't finna say no steak because I don't even eat steak. But you bought me some coffee or whatever. You bought.
She like that seafood now. You know what? She don't give her no steak and stuff, but she'll put a lobster in front of her. She might kill it herself like, gosh. Throw him in the pot. Yes. Come here. Wait, who is that? That's his mama. Oh, she bigger? Come on, lady.
Bring the extra butter.
Right? Let me show you what to do with this butter sauce and this lobster. Yeah. Thank you for tuning into the J Spot.
Absolutely. I'm just like, listen, everything listen. Bring it. But tell me this up front so that we don't waste our time. But again, if she's on board with it, then listen, you have got yourself a winner, bro. Again, what is it? That's a long comment over there. What does that say?
I can't read that far. Wait.
No, so it's just like if it's that important to you, then again, say it up front. But don't sit up here and think that every woman that you go out with that she's thirsty for a meal. Hey, how you doing, Lady A? Andre, you saying I think you two would be fun to hang out with. We are a blast, Andre. We are a blast.
420, honey.
And you're also saying after so many, there will be a yes from someone. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Just be upfront.
After you get a couple of no's, you're going to get a few yes. You're going to run into some hoes.
You absolutely will. Absolutely.
Some hoes, no. Yes.
Right.
Check, please. I'll pay. Come on. What you want? Head. How you want it? You want to run around
right.
and
Trust me, it's not that hard. It's not that hard. But it saves us from wasting valuable time. Like, look, I could have ordered in. I had a taste for something else, but you wanted to go right, and you will never taste what you thought you was gonna have for the listen, because you didn't play your cards right. You didn't play your cards right. But again, this is typically the cheap broke dudes that, and not to put y'all. So don't, if it's not for you, then let it go over your head. I'm not saying this
hurt their feelings.
Right, but for the cheap broke dudes, this is for them. And again, every woman is not looking for you to, like,
a sponsor.
They're not looking for a meal. They not hard up for, like, I have fun on my own dime. Like, I don't need your money. And it goes into our next hot topic, which I can't, what is her, pronounce her last name? I think it's Bouvet, Garcelle Bouvet. She used to play Fancy from off of the Jamie Foxx show. So she did an interview on the Breakfast Club, and she said that even if she or a woman asks a man out on a date, he should still pay for the date. Now, what do you guys think about that? If a woman asks a man out on a date, should the man pay for the date or should she pay for the date? Guys, if you want to chime in, our number is 708-223-8953. Again, that number is 708-223-8953. If a woman asks a man on a date, should she pay or should he pay? What do you guys think about that? Should he pay or should she pay? E, what do you think about that? She invited him on a date.
If I asked you on a date, I mean, I would pay. If I invited you out, it wouldn't faze me to pay because I asked you to come out on this date with me. Now, how you may feel after that is
right, because if you pay, so are you expecting him to go home with you, or are you like, okay, I invited you out, so like we can go home. Like you can go to your house, I can go to my house. Like I'm not even,
You know what? Depending on how I feel,
you owe me.
If I invite you out on a date and I pay, oh, I know me. Oh yes, you dropping them.
So how he gotta drop the drawers, but the woman ain't got to drop the drawers.
she trying to hold herself. But yeah, you dropping them drawers. I'm about to see I'm getting that, and don't let it be like okay. Yeah, I'm trained for this day. Yeah, I know what I'm getting at this right here.
Oh my God, no.
So what if you don't want to go home?
No.
He's going home.
If you don't want to.
Yeah, okay, that's what you think.
No,
I even came to pick your ass up. You going home. We did an usher women up on this week, baby. We trading places all the way. And you ain't even my dude. You know I got an interest in you. Now, you know that.
Now see how hypocritical this is.
I sure am a big hypocrite on that one. I believe in chivalry all the way. But if I can pick you up, oh, good. And I'm paying for the food. Oh, yes. And
you're my whore for the
I'm slutting you out. You gonna do every nasty, freaky, kinky thing I need you to do. And you gonna like it too. And you better smell when you do it. I'm telling you, boy. When the saints come marching in, baby.
Listen, I think the same rules apply for the woman. If she invites him out, then she should pay. But I'm like, if we're in a relationship, then that's different. But dating somebody, I don't think I'm asking him out to take him on no date. I'm just not. Like, if you're not vibing me to ask me out to take me on a date, then I'm fine. Like, I'm just not your cup of coffee. As y'all see how I just drunk my coffee, I'm just not your cup of coffee, and I'm okay with that. But at this point, I'm not asking no man out. I'm not asking no dude out.
I know I've done it. I know I have. But like I said,
I just don't want to.
I'm getting that ass. I mean, that's why God made me a woman. God knew. He was like, if I make her a boy, because, it's like my mom, they just do it because they was having a boy, right? So they was going to name me Edward Lewis after my dad. And he was like, yes. And then Pop is a girl. So she named me Edward Lewis. And then I'm like, God knew, because if I was a dude, oh, God.
I don't know if I was a dude. I'm not sure if I would be. I would probably be for the streets too.
I'm for the streets.
Just playing y'all just left and right, just taking them down. I am conqueror. I conquer. Listen, drop them. Listen, come with your jogging pants on and your little.
And I know I have a big one.
Your Lacoste drawers and your little smell good on you. Just come.
Me a big old penis.
Yes. And listen, and I'm gonna carry my own protection too. I'm gonna come.
I know how you always be. I know
I'm gonna have my own protection.
Be hiding it in your cavity and stuff.
Yep. Slap her to make sure, slap the taste out of her mouth so she can slap all your kids. Slap out, listen. Chop in the throat. Make sure, listen. Listen. I'm not going to be storing my kids up in here. No, you're not.
I'm so dirty. I wouldn't even tell them about the baby.
Choker, she want to be choked. Listen, role play. Choker, listen. But you're not getting out of here. You're not getting out of my sight without me making sure you ain't storing my kids up. No, nowhere. Man. My kids will not.
Wrench your mouth. Swallow this whole the gin. That way I know this is
burn them out. Listen, because you know that gin kills. That gin is a spermicide. Like, ain't no 9 months later over here.
No, not the kid.
None whatsoever. Which would lead us to our next hot topic. So speaking of kids, so now listen, this couple, they are getting it in. And so they're not using any protection, and they both agree that they're not using any protection. So now he's like, okay, he's telling her, get up. I'm about to blast out. And she doesn't get up. And she holds him in a vice grip. And she gets pregnant. So he's like, as the whole time as going through the process, he's like, get up. He's trying to push her up. And she's not getting up. She will not get up. She got him. She ends up getting pregnant. Who's responsible for that pregnancy? That was a hot topic. Who's responsible for that? I don't know. It was in the group.
I got a good idea. You know what?
Who's responsible for that pregnancy? So again, she doesn't get up. He's telling her to get up. Like, he's like, oh, listen, Elizabeth, I'm coming to join you. Get this chick up, get her up. But she won't. She just, listen. She got him in a life and death situation. So now they got a baby. So now they looking at each other like, okay, well, who's responsible for this child? I told you to get up and you didn't get up. I was trying to push you up, but you would not get up. So is he wrong for not wanting the kid? Is she who's responsible for this pregnancy in this case? Again, he's like, get up, you dirty wench, get up. You dirty sky. And as he, you dirty sky. Look, he convulsing, you dirty wench, get up. And she get turned on back because he called him a dirty name. You dirty wench. Get up. You dirty streetwalker.
But he's probably cutting somebody's hair right about now.
He like, you low down. Get up. That's how he is. Like, get up now. You get up on me now. And she don't. Who's responsible for that pregnancy? Because again, now 9-10 months later, now he got rocks in his jaw because she got pregnant. So who do you think, who's responsible in that situation? Like, they both consciously decided not to use protection, so who's responsible for that pregnancy? Is she responsible, you all? Or is he responsible, or is it both? What are your thoughts, E? Who's responsible for that? Like, Andre, he's saying both. I'm with you, Andre. I believe both. Because here's the deal.
You asked me, you ain't got me answer.
Because go ahead.
Ask my baby daddy. That's my situation. Why you think I was laughing so hard? I was like, wait a minute, he right there in the group. Because I was like, well, I was, but my doctor was like, okay, well, you ovulate this time. I was like, okay, well, I ovulate some fat. And I came, and then he was like, no, I was about to come. That's right. And he was like, well, I'm, get up, I'm coming. Girl, I locked in, because I'm about to get mine. And so that happened. At 16
we
years,
are.
hey, 16-year-old. That's all. That's okay.
Here we go. So it's just like, again, I think that it's both, because we both consciously made the decision to have unprotected sex. So that's the thing. So we both are equally responsible. It's just like, again, consciously, it's just like, you've had sex before, you had the experience before, so you kind of know, like, okay, in the heat of the moment, anything goes. So you gotta prepare for that in advance, like, as much as possible, so you know that she's not on any type of birth control, and this, you gotta do something. You both are responsible for, preventing an unwanted pregnancy. So it's like, as a man, if you are adamant about not having any kids, then whether you like the feel of the latex or whatever the case may be, you have to protect yourself, or go get them, go get your dingleberries cut and snipped, or whatever you have to do.
Is the little I hope they don't have no dingleberries.
Oh, well, whatever they have to do to get them clipped so that you don't have any more kids. But it's just like, it's both. Now, who's going to be ultimately responsible for carrying the load? Of course, we all know that it's the woman that is responsible for carrying the load, because, again, especially if he didn't want the kid, 9 times out of 10, oh, I ain't want no kids. But see, you was having fun. It was all fun and dandy while we was, baby, who's this? Who's your daddy? Who's your, baby. It was all fun and dandy when all that was going on. But now the responsibility is here. Now you mad. Now, you wasn't mad when you was, you went to sleep. And matter of fact, you was over there sucking your thumb when you went to sleep. But now it's a baby. Now you mad.
Andre said, well, he carries the load first.
Right, and then he transfers his responsibility. So now he's made a deposit. Now he want to act crazy. Now he want to act funny. So again, listen, just strap it up. If you don't want no kids, both people, listen, I don't know, pull it out. Like, whatever y'all, just take y'all parts, just pull it out.
That pull-out method don't work either.
No, I'm saying he pull out his reproductive system, she pulls out hers, and then therefore y'all both say y'all can go ahead and you can blast off. But as long as y'all reproductive systems are working properly, do not try this at home. Do not try what Roger and Gina did, because listen, you spraying up, you mopping the floor.
Say it.
You mopping the floor, and now you mad. Now you're mad. So listen, just look. Take each his own. Each responsible adult should
high five, Andre.
Make sure
pull out don't work.
Make sure you are protecting your own best interest. Like I tell my son, you got to make sure you covering your own behind. You can't worry about, you can't expect her to look out for your best interest. You can't expect him to look out for your best interest. You have to look out for your own best interest.
Make sure you tell the children to please, you young men, pinch the head of the condom when you put it on and roll it down, okay? Don't, unpinch it, because these are going to bust when you bust.
And then
now you're making people grandparents.
Yep.
And people too young to be grandparents.
Absolutely, and too cute. So keep it. Keep it. Listen, zip it up. Keep it to yourself. Okay.
Just whack it off.
Keep it. Listen. Wash them children down. Wash your children away. Make sure they are no more to be seen. Okay. Wash them, drink them, whatever you're gonna do. Just don't fertilize the seed. Okay. That's what you do. Listen, if you prefer to have yours, to drink the kids, then hey, if you prefer to wash them off,
then I say that while I'm drinking. There better be no babies in my cup. I swear to God, there better be no babies in my cup. Babies,
drink them, wash them off, whatever you want to do. But each adult or each person, because some of these kids, they want to be grown. So listen, so you're going to fall under adult category when you out here, having all this fun. Listen, each person that is engaging in sexual activity, each person is responsible for protecting their own best interest. Guys, we're going to take a short musical break. And when we return, we have our topic for the evening, being friend zoned. You're listening to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time. Yes, listen, you all, it's getting ridiculous. Like, okay, listen, at this point in the game, these kids ain't no surprise. Listen, you know that you don't went up and down, she pregnant. She wouldn't get up. Listen.
She wouldn't get up, Joe.
I ain't got nothing to do with that. I ain't got nothing to do with her not getting up. We's got a baby hoppo on the way. In 9 months, you are that baby's pappy. So get your whole mind together. She know I didn't want to have no kids. Well, that's not what your bodily fluids said to her bodily fluids. Y'all, we are family. That's what they was like. We are family. I got all your. I was gonna say, but they might block us, so I ain't gonna, Facebook baby on me. I got all your bodily functions in me. And there you are. So now y'all family. Cut and Pete. There you go right there. You baby mom, go ahead on. Do a shotgun marriage, because she done got on the listen, especially if she done did this before, but y'all dodged the bullet. So you know how she get down. Y'all know how it goes. She did it. This ain't her first time locking down on you. And you like, shoot, you love that. And she ain't get pregnant that time, but she get pregnant this time. You know that's your fault. You knew what she was going to do. You knew she was going to do the clamp and you can't get up. And now you mad. Because there's only so many times you going to listen. You crapped out that night. Now y'all got a baby on the way. Now, nah, that ain't that. She know I ain't want no kids. Yes, she did. Yes, she did. You like how she did that. You want her to do it again. You was hoping that she did it again. You just didn't think that your luck was going to run out this time with her getting pregnant. Yeah, see, them unplanned pregnancies, listen, that running for you all the time. Now you up in there having buyer's remorse. Now you're like, man.
But after that one time, we hadn't done it in 17 years.
Why? Oh, y'all gonna kill each other. Jeez Louise. All that frustration just picked up inside of me. I knew it.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Welcome back to the J Spot, where we are strengthening relationships and families, one conversation at a time, on intellectualradio.com. We are an iHeart station. I'm your host, Jay. And sitting next to me, we have my co-host, my partner in crime, sizzling, sexy, simply E, author, actress, businesswoman, playwright, sex kitten. Hey, E, how you doing?
I'm great.
Yes, you know why? Because she's a bad man. Just as fine as she can be. Woo-hoo! Da-da, da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da.
That's not a COVID talk.
You all,
that's a weed call.
If you'd like to hear more dedications, please message us at the J Spot and send a small love token to the J Spot Inspirational. We take you back to the Missionary Rock Baptist Church at gmail.com. Guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all the right. And when you're done, go right on here, right around the corner now, right now to YouTube. Subscribe to our channel, you all, the J Spot Radio. Help us get 1,000 subscribers, because when we do, all the fun starts. And y'all gonna see what we mean by that. Tonight's episode is being brought to you by 2 Level Up LLC. They are our sponsors. It's a luxurious 2-bedroom condo right next to the United Center, you all. Gorgeous, gorgeous place. Check it out. We have their link in our comments. We're also being brought to you by Delaware Inc. He has his nice spring line out, nice t-shirts. Listen, I can't wait to rip mine up and wear mine.
Y'all might see a Janet Jackson.
Yes,
nipple.
y'all. Well, no, now.
See that little shocking thing? Justin was like, "I'm sorry for nipple out, but baby, it's okay, Justin."
I want him to look. I got to make. We got to make it a mistake together. I got to have my. Did I do that? Did I do that? Have my boobies all out. But yes, we have boobies galore up in those t-shirts. So we can have, guys, his link is in the comments. Delaware Ink. Listen, I'm having all of the colors ripped all up. Listen, you're going to be like, ooh, that one right there. I'm going to be too hot to try. But use reference code J, and that's JAYE. Guys, tonight, woo-wee, being friend zoned. Listen, what do you all think and feel about being friend zoned? Being friend zoned versus being rejected. Which one would you prefer? So first of all, let's just discuss what is friend zone. According to an online source, the friend zone is a situation in which a friendship exists between two people, one of whom has an unreciprocated romantic or sexual interest in the other. So that's what being a friend zone is. So let me break it down to you in today's term. You got this dude. He feeling you. You not feeling him, but he cool people. He want to get your goodies. He want to play with your goodies and, drink your milkshake and all this and that. And you may think that he's just he's a toad, but he's a good dude. So you friend zone him. You don't reject him, but you friend zone him because he's a dude that, now see, here's where these conversations about paying, and now you got to have these conversations about going back to the room. See, this is where I believe these type of conversations come in at, because somebody has gotten their wires crossed. So now you take her out. You in her friend zone, but you're cool. You're a cool dude, so she don't mind going out with you. But now you're mad because you're not in the sexual, like she's not attracted to you like that. But she likes you as a person, like you're a good dude to go and hang out with. So she friend zones you. But you thinking you finna get Big Willie played with after you got some vegan taco. No. It wasn't like that for her. So is she wrong for going out with you because you're in her friend zone? Or should she have said, I think that you just a friend, you just a cool person, I'm a friend zone you?
I mean, you can't just tell them that you friend zone you. I haven't told them that I'm a friend zone you. You just friend zone them. They figure it out like, dang, I must be friend zone. Like, yeah, like, I just curbed you. I curbed your enthusiasm.
Right. I mean, and listen, I know I have been guilty. I have been guilty of that because, like, friend zoning people, but like still going out because I'm like, okay, I have a good time. Like, you can dance, like you have good energy, not sexual energy, but like I genuinely have fun with you. And then it's like, okay, well, so you coming over? No. I'm like, why you gotta mess up a perfectly good hangout time? Well, so now listen, we done been going out and kicking it for over a year. You ain't don't you want to come over and watch a movie? No, I don't have
years. Like I couldn't have. I'm not gonna string you along like that.
But
I'm a friend zone you. We go on that first date. First, we go on that little first date. If I just think you cool people, we done talk and everything, you just really cool. I'll go ahead and, see how a second date go, and okay, cool. But if I'm still not vibing you, it probably ain't gonna make it to a third date. I'll probably be like,
But what if you are vibing someone? Because like I said,
I can't friend zone you if I'm vibing you.
But it's not a sexual vibe. Like we have a lot of stuff in common. Like we like doing a lot.
It might, but you never, then I'm still gonna see whether or not, the sex babe. Once we get, kissing, and I might be like, hey, now he might get kissed, and everything else. And if you can kiss pretty good, let me see, what else you can, do with that mouth. I'm just
no, I'm like I have like to just hang out. Like you just got some good vibes, good energy, not sexual energy. Like you don't do it for me. Well, I'm like, okay, well, I want to do the horizontal mumbo with you, but we laugh at the same silly stuff. We like the same silly things. Like that's something like, that's priceless. So like it's like at that point, it's like it's worth being in the friend zone. And it's not like that you always have to pay, but it's like if you want to hang out, like especially here's my thing is when you are friend zoning somebody, like don't send mixed messages now in order to keep going out. Don't make it seem like you sexually attracted to them and you know that you're not.
That means that you have friend zoned them and then made them your insurance fees.
Right. And see now that right there, that's a whole different ball game. Like, it's really a fine line because it's like a friend zone because it can get kind of sticky because if they're starting to fall for you, like then I feel like you have to be responsible and be considerate of other people's feelings because everybody is not cool with being a friend zone. But is being in a friend zone, is that really a bad place to be?
Joseph,
like
this one, he's a nut.
What?
Joseph Ragley, girl, read Joseph.
Which one? Which?
His last little comment said, I'm going to break and touch the barrier. He talking about he gonna touch something.
And so Star is saying, sounds if I buy somebody else a drink, don't get mad. Sounds like a user. I could always tell if it was a little crack in the door. And again, I mean, I don't know if it's called using. I think that it's just what the intent was. Some people do have the intent to use, but like I said, for me, I'm like, if you had good energy, but I'm like, if I feel like now you like starting to express to me like how you feel, and I know I don't feel the same way, then I'm definitely gonna have to step away from the situation because it's like now you're starting to have feelings for me and I know I don't feel the same way. And I'm like, I'm never trying to lead anybody on or anything like that. But I think that it's 50-50. I'm 50-50 on the friend zone thing because I've been friend zone. So it's just like you can take yourself out of the friend zone. Like, I mean, you have the option. Like you have the option to stay in the friend zone, or you can move around if you see that you want more from them and they're not giving you more than what you want, then you have the option to move around. So don't stay somewhere, especially if you have feelings, for that person and it's more than just hanging out with them occasionally. So I'm like, I definitely say, we have to be mindful of each other's feelings, but friend zone, it's like, it's not being rejected because being rejected is
I don't even want to be around you. I'm not going to even friend zone you. Don't call me. I will not call you. We cannot do this anymore. Please don't call me. Once you leave out of my face, I'm going to put you on the block list. Listen, once you get off this phone, I'm going to block you right now. So it's just not going to happen. It'll never happen.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Rejected is no way, no how, no sir, never. Now here's the thing. People can be friend zone. See, this is why you got to be careful with the friend zone because the friend zone doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. The friend zone could be not right now.
Right, exactly.
I could have just got out of something and I'm not ready to get into something serious, but I like hanging with you. So
I tried that. This one guy, I tried that, but he was like younger than me, but was just dressed old. like old. Like okay, how is it like it's 2020 or whatever, and you wearing the shorts that come like past your knees, like, but they the blue jeans, and you done ironed them, and you got a crease in them, like a front crease, and you got some high top sneakers on that I ain't never seen, and then the long tube socks, like with a polo shirt on, and you got a high picked fro, haircut.
Oh, yeah.
And you younger than me, you in your 30s, like.
They never taught him how to dress. Poor Tank. I'm sorry, they didn't teach you. But again, it could be not right now. It just really depends on what that vibe is. But I mean, I feel like you can almost feel if a person is attracted to you in that way, or if you're just you're gonna be friend zoned. And again, you have the option to stay there and be friend zoned, or you're not. But again, friend zone could be, you know what? It's not right now. Like, I'm not looking to get into anything serious right now, but I like hanging out with you. And is that wrong? Is that wrong for people to not be looking for anything serious, but they still like hanging out with you? Now, what I will say is express that. Let that be known. Like, I'm not looking for anything serious, but I enjoy hanging out with you. So if you continue to want to hang out, then that's fine. If you don't, that's fine as well. I can respect your decision on that, because again, if it's not a person's intention to use you or use anybody, then there's no harm in expressing what your true intent is. But having a person in a friend zone, I'm not sure. Do you guys consider that leading someone on if they are in the friend zone? Is that leading a person on? If you have someone in your friend zone, is that leading them on?
No, it's not leading them on. You know, they got that, but you know that you're a friend zone. You don't want to accept it, you know, but you know that you've been friend zoned, and you just be like, maybe, hopefully, one day if I just keep on, I think I can. Well, you keep on thinking you can and stuff. Well, Steve Urkel, yeah, well, he was fictitious, but you might wear her down, that may happen, or you might wear him down. But I don't want no stuff that I gotta wear you down and eventually you'll give in to me. Like, now, I might hit it.
See, now that's when we crossing the lines right there. See,
I might be like,
that's dope. Now, see, now we've crossed the line. Now you done became a friend with benefits, and this again, you still in a friend zone.
Can we bait? See, don't do the bait thing. No, you Johnny and I'm E. This is what we are. It's no bait. So we just gonna tap it right now. No kissing. Our friends don't kiss. Like, what? But we just, friends do screw, but friends don't kiss. And then we're gonna keep it moving.
Pretty Barbie, she said, I've been in the friend zone before, and if it is someone that is not my type, then I wouldn't mind having them as a friend zone, as long as they keep it like that. Star Child is saying women like to tag you along because you spending big money. Andrea is saying, or never. No, not wrong. That's on them. Absolutely. So it's like, if you are in the friend zone, do most people know that they've been friend zoned? Like, do you know when you've been friend zoned? Like, what are some signs? Like, do you know that you've been friend zoned?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
You know you done gave him your best game. Like, you did your best flirt game and everything. And they just like, they Martin Joy ass. They just, and you just like, dang. And then you call them up and they be like,
hey, how you doing?
I gotta go right now. Oh, okay.
Like, dang. Okay, so I can't get with that. Like,
and then they be like, you call them up again, a few days later or so, and we're throwing a party, blue, 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 and you should come. And okay, yeah, I might think about that.
So now here are some obvious, because listen, I know I friend zone, I'm good at that, because I'm just like, a lot of times I'm just like not interested, but like, I'm not trying to be mean, and I'm not trying to be rude, and I'm definitely not trying to go and spend your money. So I'm like, it don't matter. But according to an online source, here are some signs that you have been friend zoned. First, they ignore your obvious advances. If your compliments are going ignored and your romantic advances constantly end up in strikeouts, that person probably isn't interested in you in that romantic way. So again, man, you look so, man.
You've been over for them.
Man, you are so beautiful. Like, I would love to. And then they change the conversation. They change the conversation. Oh, I would love to spend some more time with you and get to know you better. I would love to, and they keep on ignoring it, and they don't give you that same, they don't reciprocate those feelings. Then you may have been friend zoned. They may try to set you up. Oh, now this is a bad one. They may try to set you up with one of their friends or anyone, just not them. Like, oh, I know a nice lady that go to my church. Y'all will make a good couple. He be like, wait, y'all thought we was. I was trying to couple with you, and here you are. You trying to give me to somebody else. You may have been friend zoned. They have somebody, but they're keeping you around just in case. Now, this is the one. If you're in a situation like this, run. Especially if you know that you're feeling that person in a romantic way, and you know that they're in a relationship, but they still keep you around and they still hang around with you. Run, because you're not going to do anything but get hurt, because that's when they're using you, because you know that they're with someone. But they got you hanging around on a little string like a little puppy dog, because they know that you have feelings for them. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Get up out of there. Run, Forrest. Run, Forrest. Run, Forrest. Run. That's not a good setup. But that's a good sign that you've been friend zoned. When they introduce you as this my guy right, this my friend right here. This is or they just introduce you without a title. This Jimmy right here. Mm-hmm. Jimmy. Well, do Jimmy got a title? Yeah, Jimmy, what's your last name? Or what's your job? Yeah, this Jimmy, he the general contractor. He the general contractor over there at the construction site over there on Michigan Avenue. That's Jimmy. Jimmy from off Michigan Avenue. Mm-hmm. He looking like, well, dang, you done gave him my whole job title. But you ain't gave me the title I want. Yo, man, the gut destroyer. He like you calling me the general contractor, but I'm trying to destroy your guts. But no, Jimmy, that's not the category that you're in. You're not in the gut destroying category. You just you over here with the good people. Like we the friends, we the cool people. That's a sign that you have been friend zone. And if they're not reciprocal, like there's no mutual sexual energy. Even if y'all not doing it, there has to be some sexual attraction. There has to be some sexual chemistry. Even if y'all not doing the horizontal mambo, it still got to be there. You got to be able to cut it just cut it like that. If you don't feel it, y'all are friends.
Andre said Jimmy crack corn and I don't care.
Right. You are friends. You are friends. You are friends. That is the friend zone. You may get hot and bothered, and they may not be in your friend zone, but you definitely, when they see you, baby, they cold as ice. Ain't nothing happening.
Cold as ice.
Ain't nothing happening down here. She is, that inferno has not flamed up. Y'all, she cool, calm, and collected. Brother, you are her friend. She may even think of you as a brother or a play cousin. Man. And
that's my brother. Oh, I love him so much. That she treat you like you one of her sweet homies and stuff, Because I've done that to some of my boys that I'm cool with. I treated them like some of my gay friends and stuff. Like, you got that one gay male friend that you can just, be all your little way with him, or not your way with him, but, that's your girlfriend, I play them like that too. And they be like, she try to play me like, yeah, because you my friend.
So what causes people to be put in a friend zone? What do you guys typically friend zone people for? Why would you friend zone somebody?
Because I'm not into them, but they cool.
Yes.
I like them like, you the homie. Like, man, I could go out with you. I could kick it with you. We can talk about, man, talk about people, man, talk about females, dudes, whatever. Yes. Man, you the homie. I know your mama. I know your family. We cool. I'm cool with you. I'm trying to get you to hook me up with your cousin. Even your uncle, I'll be your auntie. But you the homie, though.
But exactly. And again, I don't think that's not a bad thing. But again, by being the person that's in the friend zone, and if you don't want to be there because you want more and you can't switch gears like that, then leave that person alone. I mean, you have to make it your business, because a lot of times, like, you can be friend zone because, like he said, it's not that attraction. Like, I'm not attracted to you like that in a sexual way, but I like your energy. I like your vibe. I like hanging out with you. I like talking to you. Just that I know that this will never be sexual, because I don't feel it. It's not mutual on that end. And if that's not something that you can deal with, then, you have to remove yourself from the situation. And again, also, if the person that's friend zoning people, if you notice that they keep on making those advances, like falling for you, again, you have to let them go if you see that they're not trying to stay in the friend zone. They keep on trying to jump out, and you keep on pushing that lid back down, like at friend zone, not man. Like, you be like, man, oh, my shoulder is hurting so bad. Like, shoot. Then he come trying to wait a minute now. No. Friend zone. We don't, you're touching. It's not that type, because as soon as these dudes start trying to massage on you, you go from the shoulder, now you just trying to massage, now I'm gonna fall on it. No. Friend zone. See, friend zone, we don't touch and we ain't massaging. We laugh, we talk.
Massage from a friend. I might even get a foot massage. I see how, but I don't want. I don't want nothing sexual.
You not that massage is sexual, so you want to start touching and hugging all on me. So no, we ain't gonna do all that. So it's like, if you see that they're trying to climb up out the friend zone, and the friend zone is where they are, and it's a non-negotiable, then you have to let those people go. But don't think that the friend zone is not always necessarily a bad place to be. But again, if you see that after several attempts to get out the friend zone, and you know that you're falling for this person, and
right
you still in the friend zone, you got to make a decision.
You're not by yourself. You got company in there. Trust.
Because they hoping that they get you drunk. See,
I'll give y'all each number so y'all can all be friends and discuss.
Just friends to the end. But again, friend zone is one thing. Now, friend zone, there still could be a chance, depending on the reason that you've been friend zone, but rejected, forget it. So don't be so mad in a friend zone. Just see, if you can climb your way out, because the friend zone, there's still could be a chance.
It's light. At the end of that tunnel, it's light.
Absolutely. But if after certain attempts and they keep on at you,
go into the darkness, Carolyn,
then you got to make some decisions and get on up out of there. But guys, listen, we want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Please do me a favor, go to our page and like our page at the J Spot. Follow us on Twitter at J Spot. Also follow us on Instagram at the J Spot Radio, and Jay is spelled Jaye for all three. Until next time, you guys. Good night. Peace out. Peace out. Peace out. Take care of yourselves, guys, and each other. Thank you. Good night. 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 Good night.